What's up, everybody? This is me with another video here. And in today's video, I want to go over my worst investments so far. Before we get started, if you guys find this video entertaining at all, or if you find any value out of it, please like it. And if you want to follow along my investment journey, please subscribe to the channel. As you guys can see, it's pretty new and pretty naked. So hopefully we can change that. So, anyways, this is my stock portfolio. And for those of you who don't know, I try to invest in good quality companies at a decent value, right? I wouldn't call myself a dividend investor nor a growth investor. Although I do try to invest in stocks that do pay a dividend. Everybody likes dividends. Dividends are the one thing that you can call true passive income, in which you don't get to work too much for it. You do have to put some initial work before you buy a company, if you want to buy a good company, and then do some research. But after that, you just let it be. All in all, here's my portfolio. And without further ado, my worst performing stock so far is Disney. Disney is a company that I bought a while back when it was at all-time high. I would say, I think it was like late 2020. Bought it right when at the time that all the streaming companies were doing great. All the streaming companies were going up like water. The Federal Reserve is the time when the Federal Reserve was printing money, and all the stocks were going up, especially Disney, because they had the Disney Plus and they were getting a lot of subscribers, which made the stock go up a lot. I was buying it at that time, and fast forward to late 2021, early 2020, the stock started dropping, and as a result, I was down a lot. As you guys can see, I am down almost $2,000 in this stock. Now, I think Disney is a great company. The reason I want to show this to you guys is because this is what investing is all about. Sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad, and sometimes our thesis doesn't work out to be what we want it to be, and we just got to deal with it. This is why it helps to do some research, to know what you're investing in, and to know, and so you feel more comfortable with whatever the market does. When we invest, we want to make educated decisions about the future prospect of any asset class, right? That's what investing is all about. We educate ourselves. We kind of hope that it is going to go in the direction that we want it to go, and then we put some money into it, and we see what happens. At the end of the day, nothing's guaranteed, so we still are at the mercy of the market. The crazy thing is that Disney wasn't always my worst investment. At some point, I was down on Netflix about 60%, 60 to 70% as well. Now I am positive on Netflix because I never sold. I never realized my gains. Now the Netflix all-time high, well, not all-time high, but Netflix sort of back up again. I'm around 5 to 10% up depending on the day with this crazy market. No one really knows the true price of the stock on any given day, especially highly popular stocks like this one. But anyways, this is why sometimes it helps to do a research in our stocks. It helps to know the companies that we put our money into, so that when something like this happens, you don't want to sell. You're not inclined to sell. This brings me to my point. Just because the stock is doing bad, does that mean that the company is bad or the company is going out of business? I actually think that Disney is a great company and it owns really good assets. But it's very evident that Disney is definitely going through a rough time right now, and we can see it in the stock price. Whatever FOMO is going on around a specific company, the stock price usually will follow because the stock market does hate uncertainty. What gives me confidence to keep my money into Disney is their brand. Disney has tremendous brand value, and anybody all over the world know the name of Disney. They know their movies, they know their parks, they know the brand, they know the name. And one can sit here and talk about all the political things that are going on around the brand, and that, yeah, some of it might be right, some of it might be wrong, but as investors, sometimes we got to take everything with a grain of salt. I would agree that the company's near-term to mid-term future might be a little uncertain, and the stock might even go lower, but overall, I think this will come out winning in the next few years, especially if you have a long-term horizon. This company has the potential to turn whatever it is that's going on into really, really good returns for investors that endure it, and maybe, go in at a good price. Some of the things that might make the stock go down even lower if the economy gets worse. If the economy gets worse and people lose their jobs, people will not be able to go to the parks. And as you guys know, the parks are one of the biggest revenue sources that for Disney right now. The parks are definitely the one thing that is still growing, and Disney uses to pretty much pay for all other investments. And if people don't have jobs and people don't have money, the economy is doing bad. The parks will definitely suffer because, as you guys know, the parks, they're not as cheap as they used to be. There was a time with a few $100s, you could take all your family to the parks and spend a good weekend out there. But nowadays, I wouldn't say the same. Nowadays, if you want to take a family of 4 to a park, it's probably you're looking at a few $1,000s. So that might get affected. Another thing is that linear television is dying. One of the other biggest revenue streams for Disney is traditional television. And if traditional television goes out of business, which is actually slowly dying, as you guys can see, in the last earnings call, Disney reported, and this is one of the business that it's doing bad. And we cannot blame this on the pandemic, because this is the one thing that is doing worse as the years go by. And I don't think there's anything in particular that's causing this, other than the fact that the business model is pretty much becoming obsolete with all the streaming services that you can just watch what you want to watch whenever you want to watch it. Linear television is slowly just going out of business because younger people do not want to watch this stuff. This might be one of those things that are affecting the business as a whole, and that could make Disney go down in the short term. But I think as a company navigates through these rough times when it comes to the political atmosphere around it, and the company kind of gets a hold of the streaming services and the economy gets going and becomes better, I think the Disney will profit a lot from it. And Disney could be a great place to have your money if you have a long-term horizon. Me personally, I'm going to keep investing into Disney. I've actually bought some shares in the past few weeks and trying to lower my cost basis. Right now, I think I am as invested as I would like to be in the company, and I don't plan on buying anymore for the time being. I think 116 is still a little bit higher of cost basis, but this is all the money that I want to have tied up into Disney. And I think in the mid to long-term future, this company might surprise a lot of people. So with that being said, guys, this is all I got for the day. I didn't go too in depth into Disney as a company or anything like that. I just wanted to just kind of put it out there that, sometimes when you invest, you can have your holdings go down in price, but you should not be afraid. You should not be concerned with it. You could be concerned. You should be concerned if you don't know your companies, if you don't know your stocks. But if you do your homework and then you purchase the things that you understand, you should not be scared. I am not scared. And this is it. If you guys found this video entertaining, and you guys want to see more things like this, and if you guys want to see me review some of the dividends I've gotten paid in the past year or so, I'm gonna be making more videos in the future, and I look forward to seeing you guys.